Shalom, good evening. This is TV7 Israel News broadcast to you from Jerusalem, and in today's top stories. The IDF month-long Chariots of Fire exercise, in which it drilled multiple scenarios of a multi-sector all-out conflict, concluded with Israel's top military brass voicing their preparedness for war. IAEA Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi confirms that Iran is very close to obtaining enough fissile material for 1 or 2 nuclear bombs. Iranian Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei claims the capture of 2 Greek oil tankers was a legitimate action. The IDF's month-long Chariots of Fire exercise, in which it drilled multiple scenarios of a multi-sector all-out war, concluded over the weekend when thousands of Israeli troops returned from the final multi-branch ground maneuver which took place in Cyprus.
סיימנו לפני שעה קלה תרגול של חודש מלחמה, ואחרוני הלוחמים חזרו ממש עכשיו לרציף לכאן מקפריסין. אני רוצה להביע הערכה רבה לכל המשתתפים בתרגיל. ראיתי אתכם לאורך כל החודש הזה. ראיתי מקצועיות, ראיתי משימתיות, וראיתי רוח מצוינת.
The final drill of the exercise was unprecedented in scale, and the composition of the maneuvering units, which intended to simulate a comprehensive offensive far away from Israeli territory, in what may be regarded as a clear signal to the Ayatollah regime in Tehran and its regional proxies.
יצאנו לתרגיל ראשון מסוגו, ייחודי ומורכב, שבא לחדד את היכולות המבצעיות שלנו, ליישם פעולה משמעותית אל מול אתגרי החירום. בשטח שהוא לא מוכר לנו, עם אתגרים של לוגיסטיקה, של אספקת מזון, אספקת תחמושת ומים, וכמובן אתגרים של תקשורת וריחוק פיזי בין הכוחות שלנו. האתגר הראשון שאליו נערכנו ואיתו התמודדנו הוא צבירת סד"כ עם שותפות אמיתית של חיל הים וחיל האוויר בספינות, במטוסים ובמסוקים. הגענו לשטח בעוצמה, פרסנו כוחות, הכוחות פועלים מול שטחי מפתח, מול יעדים משמעותיים שאנחנו מזהים בהם פוטנציאל וחשיבות להכרעה. הכוחות מבצעים פשיטות במרחקים גדולים אחד מהשני ומאתגרים את היכולת שלהם לעבוד בנתק. אנחנו מתרגלים טכניקות מבצעיות שפיתחנו בהתאם לאיומים בשטח.
General Winter, whose 98th Airborne Division played a significant part in the ground maneuver, went on to highlight his conviction that the IDF is well prepared for the day when a multi-sector war is forced upon Israel, all the while stressing that Chariots of Fire should be regarded as a clear and credible military option for the moment Jerusalem deems it necessary.
אני מאמין שהתרגיל מכין אותנו היטב למערכה הבאה, ואני בטוח מחליטים לקיים תרגיל כזה, זה רק כי יש כוונה אמיתית לחזק את שרירים ולהכין אופציות לפעול במידה ונידרש.
It is important to know that the ground maneuver in Cyprus occurred in close cooperation with the Israeli Navy and Air Force, which provided crucial support to the troops, all the while in tandem, over 100 fighter jets and other aircraft partook in a wide-scale aerial campaign simulating multiple precision strikes of distant targets far beyond enemy lines, all of which ratchets up the IDF's qualitative preparedness for war.
אין לי ספק שהתרגיל הזה והחיכוך שהוא מביא מהאתגרים המבצעיים שאנחנו לא חווים בעשרות תרגילים אחרים, בסופו של דבר משפר את הכשירות המצרפית של צה"ל על כל זרועותיו למלחמה, בלי כל ספק.
Returning to Israel, where IDF Chief of General Staff Lieutenant General Aviv Kochavi voiced his deep appreciation of the troops who partook in the month-long exercise and stressed that while investigations into the exercise have commenced, two conclusions can already be drawn.
כבר אתמול התחלנו בתהליך התחקור והלמידה, אבל שתי מסקנות כבר ניתן להסיק. האחת, שקיימת שותפות עמוקה בין הזרועות, בין יחידות צה"ל, והיא מבוססת על אמון הדדי וחברות. זאת עוצמה. שנית, ביטוי שהמפקדים חזרו עליו כל הזמן לאורך התרגיל, תחושת מסוגלות. זו תחושה שהתרגיל יצר. צה"ל יוצא מהחודש הזה עם ביטחון גבוה ביכולות שלו, עם ביטחון גבוה ברמת הביצוע שלו. צה"ל אחרי החודש הזה הרבה יותר מושחז, הרבה יותר מתואם, יותר מודרני ויותר מוכן. ואם לא די, אז במהלך כל החודש הזה המשכנו בסיכול טרור באיו"ש ופעילות מיוחדת בכל הגזרות.
Turning to Vienna, where the International Atomic Energy Agency's Board of Governors meeting commenced today, prior to which the agency's Director General Rafael Mariano Grossi noted that he visited Israel last Friday to urge the Jerusalem leadership to allow the IAEA to do its work in Iran, which may yet yield fruitful results.
So this is why I was there to say, let the IAEA work, the inspection work can yield good results if we have the access that we need from Iran.
The IAEA Director General noted, however, that there is a need for members of the Board of Governors and those negotiating with the Islamic Republic to exercise a sense of finality, since the credibility of the Ayatollah regime is plainly in question.
We need to continue working with Iran and with a sense of finality. What we got from them is clearly not sufficient, or it's inadequate. So with this, we cannot move forward. And the problem here is that Iran needs to continue working with us. They have a very important, very ambitious nuclear program, as you know. And now their declarations are in question because there are loopholes, there are doubts.
Grossi went on to highlight that the Islamic Republic of Iran is very close to accumulate enough fissile material for at least 2 nuclear payloads, with no indication of slowing down.
It's a matter of time where they get to one or more so-called significant quantities, as you know, which is the quantity for which, as the terminology indicates, for which the development of a nuclear weapon cannot be excluded. And that depends on the levels of enrichment, that depends on whether you're talking about plutonium or enriched uranium. So this is going to happen. It's very close, let's put it like that, but this idea that you are about to cross a line which is going to create a dramatically different situation, I wouldn't say so, because it's going to happen. Anyway, they're very close. Anyway, they're very, very close. So, for all we can say and see, the development of new centrifuges continue in Iran, which means that they want to have technology to produce more and faster.
It is important to know that Iranian officials have warned the IAEA that if its Board of Governors pass a resolution that will censor Iran over outstanding issues which the Islamic Republic failed to clarify to the agency, the Ayatollah regime would move to sever its relations with the IAEA, which would consequently revoke any limited international scrutiny which the nuclear watchdog maintains. The IAEA Director General further underscored that he had not received any invitation from Iran to try and resolve the outstanding issues, as was the case prior to the previous Board of Governor meetings. Nevertheless, Grossi highlighted once again that his agency and the reports it produced were very clear regarding answers which Iran provided regarding outstanding questions about nuclear particles that were uncovered from undeclared locations.
We have to recognize that we have not been able to get the results we were expecting. And I think my reports are quite clear, quite graphic. I've been trying to put clarity in the reports, so there is, it's very, very obvious what was done and why we believe that what has been said to us is technically not credible, or the information is simply not there.
In other yet related news, the Islamic Republic's supreme leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei blamed public protests in his country on foreign enemies seeking to overthrow his regime.
مهمترین امید دشمنان برای ضربه زدن به کشور امید بستن به اعتراضات مردمی است.
Khamenei further seized the opportunity to insist that the enemies of the Islamic Republic are waging a psychological war against Iran by accusing it of piracy for seizing 2 Greek tankers after the United States confiscated Iranian oil from a sanctioned Iranian tanker that was intercepted off the coast of a Greek island. Khamenei insisted that Iranian oil was stolen by the United States and therefore the Islamic Revolutionary Guards were in their right to take back oil that belongs to the Islamic Republic. Thank you for watching TV7 Israel News. First, I'd like to take this opportunity to send my personal greetings to all of you who are watching from Sweden and to congratulate you on Sweden's National Independence Day. Separately, I'd like also to take this opportunity by highlighting TV7 Israel is a donation-based ministry. Therefore, if you're blessed by our productions, please consider making a financial contribution that in turn will enable us to sustain our ongoing operations. And as ever, I would like to also encourage you to pray for our persecuted brothers and sisters worldwide, in addition to unceasing prayers for the peace of Jerusalem and the salvation of Israel. I'm Jonathan Essen wishing you a Shavua Mevorach, and we will see you again tomorrow at the same time.